I had nothing, but I had her. For a long time, that was everything. Now, I have everything. But I don't have her. I finally understand what nothing truly means. It all started in a tiny apartment, the kind with thin walls and a heater that barely worked. We were young, had big dreams and empty pockets, shared instant noodles on the floor because we didn't own a table yet. I was trying to build my business from scratch. It was a constant struggle. There were days I wanted to give up. The rejections were loud, the failures were heavy, but her belief in me was quiet and steady. She'd come home from her long shifts, tired, but she would always smile at me. She'd wrap her arms around my shoulders while I stared at a blank screen. "You'll get there," she would whisper, and I believed her. She paid the rent when my projects failed. She bought the groceries when my accounts were empty. She never once complained. She never made me feel small. Her faith was the fuel I ran on. She was my partner, my cheerleader, my safe place. Then, things started to change. Small contract came through, then a bigger one. My name started getting noticed. The phone began to ring. The instant noodles turned into restaurant dinners. The tiny apartment turned into a spacious condo with a view. I was becoming someone. But as my world expanded, my heart seemed to shrink. I started going to fancy events, meeting important people. She'd try to join me, wearing a simple dress she'd owned for years. I started to notice how she didn't quite fit in with the glossy, polished crowd. Her hands were a little rough from her work. Her laughter was a little too loud, too genuine for those sterile rooms. I told myself she was happier at home. I told myself I was protecting her. The truth was, I was ashamed. It's a horrible thing to admit. I was ashamed of the one person who was never ashamed of me. Our late-night talks became me talking about my successes. Our shared meals became silent. I was there, but I wasn't present. She saw it. Of course she did. I'd see a flicker of hurt in her eyes, a question she never asked, but I ignored it. I was too busy becoming the man I thought I wanted to be. One evening, I packed a bag. She stood in the doorway, watching me. She didn't cry. She didn't scream. She just looked tired, incredibly tired. I couldn't even look her in the eye. I mumbled something about needing space, about us growing apart. Empty words to fill an awful silence. I didn't give her an explanation. How could I explain that she was too good, too real for the fake world I was building? I walked out the door and left behind the only real thing I ever had. I told myself it was for the best. A clean break. But there was nothing clean about it. She just disappeared. She didn't call, she didn't text, she didn't fight. She respected my silence and quietly vanished from my life. It was as if she had never been there at all. For a while, the success was enough. The awards, the money, the praise. It was a loud, bright distraction. I had everything I ever dreamed of. The big house, the fast car, the recognition. But the house was always quiet. The passenger seat was always empty. The reflection in the polished awards was just me, alone. An emptiness started to grow, a cold space in my chest. My achievements felt hollow. Victories felt pointless. Who could I share them with? Who would understand how far I'd come? Only her, and she was gone. One day, I found an old box while cleaning. Inside was her sketchbook. I had forgotten she used to draw. I opened it. Page after page was filled with beautiful designs for children's books. Characters so full of life, stories so full of warmth. At the back, there was a letter, an acceptance letter from a prestigious art school. It was dated 6 years ago. Right around the time my business was failing, the time she started working double shifts to support us. She had a dream too. A big one. She had quietly packed it away in a box so that mine could come true. She sacrificed her future for mine. I repaid her by deciding she didn't fit into it. The weight of it crushed me. I sat on the floor of my big empty house, and I finally cried. Love is not a stepping stone. It's not something you use and then discard when you reach the top. It's supposed to be the foundation you build everything on. It's supposed to grow with you, not be left behind. I learned that lesson in the silence she left. Don't ever forget the people who sit with you in the dark. They're the ones who deserve to stand with you in the light. Don't ever forget who stayed when you had nothing. Don't make the same mistake I did. Don't ever forget